Howdy peeps, hope you're doing well. So this one's kind of a response video to Scotty 3861, and his question is, when did everything start to suck? And obviously in his video what I'll do is I'll throw a link in the description so you guys can go and check him out as well if you're not subscribed to him. I'm not too sure that he's covering the topics that he used to, but it's kind of one of them, I suppose. But yeah, he wants to know when everything started to suck, and I think he's actually got a point. So, because this is a subjective thing, for me it was about, 2011, I think, if I'm honest. And there's a couple of reasons for that. Now, ironically, I finally found myself back in the motor trade. I took about like 6 months out or something, so I had the ump after I did my apprenticeship and got all the qualifications and that, and I was just weren't quite feeling it, and so yeah, I found myself in a relationship with a really nice girl. Actually, she was a fantastic chick. I had a lot of time for her. And yeah, that was what, 2006, I think. Yeah, 2006. Then by 2011 we sort of realised that we had different goals and ambitions, and we are going to be going our different ways and that. And despite, I don't think either of us really wanted to sort of let go, but at the same time, it's like, if you hold each other back in a relationship, then it's just gonna, there's the potential that it might grow for resentment, and that's something that we did sort of have an agreement on. I said to her, and she said to me that we're not going to hold each other back, and it's cool, sort of thing. But it was still hard. Anyway, we ended up going our separate ways. When was that? June 2011, and literally about a month later. It was back in the day. I'd had my first Nissan Skyline, or Nissan, if you're over across the pond, Nissan. You guys pronounce it funny, man. But yeah, and yeah, man, I wrote it off. So nothing I could have done, man. It's just bad situation, bad circumstance, and that was that, really. Shame. And then from there, yeah, things just got pretty shit. There are a few ups and downs, I suppose, it's not all bad, but I think for the most part, I think when it really started to go downhill, for me at least, like properly, like 2011 wasn't enough or something, And you could argue, well, the car was your own fault, and you could have like not followed your dream, and it's like, yeah, shoulda, coulda, woulda, right? You know what I mean? But I was like, ugh. Then 2012 came along. And then by 2015, things went proper downhill. I mean, again, there's been a sort of few ups and downs here and there, But, in terms of gaming, I mean, back in, even in 2011, that was when I was proper getting into Guitar Hero 3 and all of that on the old PlayStation 3, and yeah, it was a cracking time, man. It was good fun. We used to have so I ended up moving to a town once I'd sort of gone myself, the ex-girlfriend from back then and myself, we went our separate ways, and I ended up moving closer to friends and that, and I was living with one of them for quite a while, and we used to have like Guitar Hero nights. We'd invite a load of mates over, get drunk and that, and yeah, just play Guitar Hero to the late early hours of the morning. It was right old laugh, man. It was good fun. But yeah, then that all changed. That didn't even last that long, man. It was like 2013. Yeah, we moved in. I moved in with my mate in about 2011, end of 2011, and then by It was 2012 we moved out, yeah, so it weren't even that long. And obviously, again, we went our separate ways, and yeah, we were just friends. So it's like I moved to Greater London, he moved further away, sort of thing. And yeah, that was kind of that, I suppose. And then, of course, a couple of years later, that's when I found out about people with personality disorders, and it's like, oof, what a lesson that was. Again, I mean, it's, yeah, sad, to a degree, sad times, man. It's like, I don't often look back with regret, but it's like that girl that I was with back in 2011, man, I think I should have tried harder with that one. I think maybe, well, I mean, you could argue for all sorts of things, man. I mean, I wouldn't have had some of the experiences that I've had. There is that. And I know a lot of you guys be like, oh, you're talking about relationships. And I'm like, yeah, I know, right? It's what? So what, man? It's like, man, if I could get another girl like that, Jesus Christ, I'll tell you what. But it's one of them as well, That's the sort of, that's the thing with relationships, realistically speaking. I'm glad that we had that sort of love for each other, that at the same time we could just let each other go and just wish the best for eeach other. And it's difficult, don't get me wrong, I'm probably making it sound easy, it fucking wasn't. I mean, we both knew it as well, because like, even after a little while we tried to rekindle it, and that we were sort of trying to not look at it with rose-tinted glasses, but I think deep down we both knew that, it was only going to be for another maybe 6 months, and then, she was going to probably move out to a different country and all this, that and the third. So it was a bit sort of like, there's, why prolong the agony, just sort of like get over it, just deal with it and go our separate ways. So, again, it's one of them, innit, And this is what I say, I often say, it's like, I'm grateful for the relationships that I've been in, regardless of how they sort of panned out. I mean, sometimes shit happens, that's just something, it's a part of life, I mean, even with that, I think that the thing that has sort of done me in most, I suppose, has been that chick that I was with, that got me onto the whole personality thing, disorders and whatnot, because it literally does, it changes your view of people, and pardon me, and it does sort of, it fucks with you in a sense where it makes you look for patterns, like people's behavioural patterns, and in one aspect it's like quite good, because like, it means you're not going to get in that situation again. Well, there's a chance that you might, if you decide that you're going to ignore everything that's in front of you, sort of thing. As the saying goes, you can ignore reality, but you can't ignore the consequences of ignoring reality. It's a very true statement. But like I say, at the same time, it kind of, it does fuck with you. It's because you do sort of tend to notice these patterns more in people, and there's not a lot. It's interesting, I suppose. But again, people tend to assume that I'm the type that'll just go running around fucking label everything as this, that, and the third. It's like no. It's like, it just helps you identify toxic people from ordinary people. And that's what it's at. It's exactly that. So, but yeah, I guess the long, tall and short of it, for me, 2011 was when things started to suck. I lost a couple of things there that I cared about. But it is what it is, man. At the end of the day, I hope she's doing well for herself. I hope she's happy with her life. That's the main thing, That's just that. So, anyway, if you guys have got any thoughts on this one, feel free to drop them down in the comment section. When When did you think things started to suck, as Scotty said, or asked, should I say? Anyhow, thanks all for listening to me just rambling on about this one. And till the next one, stay cool, have a good week, and peace out.